Hello everybody and welcome to this short video that I am doing because many people have watched my first videos that I uploaded to my YouTube channel and they asked me why don't I get tips for my posts. And there are a few things that I want to say towards that. So the first thing is I don't have any special inside knowledge. I am not a developer for noise.cash. I am also not the admin. I am also not in close contact with the admin or any developers. So anything that I can tell you is from the perspective of a user who has been using the platform for a long time and who has been following the admin, reading every single post that the admin ever posted. And I would claim that I have keen skill for observation. So everything that I'm telling you is no secret to the keen observer. So in this video I go through the profile of a user who has contacted me on YouTube and asked me to take a look at his profile. So you can see his username here, or maybe I will black it out, I'm not quite sure yet if I can show it or not. But the important part is we see this user has a lot of followers, more than 2,000. That is more than my main account has. I think I'm currently below 1,500. So let's take a look at what this user posts. So you can see, first of all, he really doesn't get any tips. And maybe we notice something when we look at those posts here. So what can we tell? The first thing we can tell is almost every single post consists of one picture and then a bit of text, which is mostly unrelated to the picture. What I've also noticed is the good morning, good night, have a good lunch, have a good time on the toilet posts. So this is definitely something that the admin has previously pointed out as not good content. So for instance here we have a nice picture, or here we have another nice picture, and then a single word as a caption to this picture. And you could claim it is related to the picture, yes, of course. But then I found also some where the text is not really related to the picture. For instance this one, to be loved, it is best to be beautiful. But to be beautiful, you have to be loved. Okay, but what does that have to do with any of the trees or forests? So you get my point, right? So this is definitely one point that the admin has pointed out in his previous posts. If you post pictures with unrelated caption or with one word caption or with very short caption, this is considered spam. And I'm sorry if you disagree, but that is the definition of the admin, and the admin is the person who makes the rules. And you can claim censorship all you want. And I would disagree with you, because nobody is obligated to pay you money for content that they don't like. And the admin has control over the funds which come out of the pocket of a single person, a strong believer in Bitcoin Cash. And this person donates every single day $4,000 of his own money. And I'll make a video about why that person does that and who that person is. But I will not disclose it yet in this video. Okay, so now that we've cleared this up, nobody is obligated to pay you money for content they don't like. What I always emphasize is that you should use noise.cash as a social media platform. Use it for whatever you like, but whether you get tips for using it or not, that depends on the judgment of, for instance, the admin. So if your goal is to use it in a way that is compatible with receiving tips, you should take into account what the admin considers quality content and what the admin considers spam content. You should try to produce quality content and not spam content. So in this case of this account, the subscriber account is definitely not an issue. The account is old enough, I assume. I haven't scrolled down all the way. But in order to accumulate 2,000 subscribers, you would have to be on this platform for a long time. Or you would have to use some trickery, which I don't suspect in this case. And then what else do we see here? We have a post without a picture and it says, hello, tell me why I do not get paid for my posts. Before I got paid when I get likes, for example 40 likes, and my account is 0. What is the reason? Well, let's check out what the answers are. Wow. Okay, well this person definitely didn't read or understand the post. And then the other one is same problem being faced. Okay, well I can tell you what the reason is. I already did. The reason is, please don't post content just to get tips. Please don't mass produce content. Focus on producing good quality. And please don't copy pictures off the internet and then put a quote next to it that you also found and copied from the internet. That is not considered quality content. And then also this post that I just read out in particular, complaining or asking about the tips, this is also considered spam content. And I actually fell victim to this also. So if we go to my own posts and check them out, let's see what happened here recently on my account. So I noticed that I have had quite a few likes, but I didn't get any tips myself. And I think that I found the reason.
2 hours later.
Here it is. I was looking for this post. The funny thing is that my account probably also fell victim to the same problem. So I found this post by user Gallo, and he described in a very funny way how some people are complaining about the tips not being high enough. Then I made a comment that the best way to lose all your tips is to complain about your tips. So I literally wrote, what's the best way to get lower tips? Complain about your tips being too low. And then you can see I received 2 likes for this and no tips. And then I went through my other messages, and at the time I saw that I had some messages which didn't receive tips as well. And I concluded, oh okay, my account must be banned for some time, and therefore I wasn't able to receive any tips. And by the time I got to make this video, this ban was already lifted and I was able to receive tips again. But if we go through my recent replies, you see, okay, this is just 1 like and 0 tips. But there were some, for instance this one, this had I think 6 likes and 0 tips, and now it has 8 likes and 2 tips. And if you compare this to an earlier message where I received 7 cents for 2 likes or 11 cents for 3 likes, we see that I received significantly lower amounts of tips for my likes. So basically the message is, if you complain about your tips being too low, this will probably not increase your tips. This will probably put a temporary ban on receiving tips. Okay, so far we have learned some valuable lessons. And as a next step, I would like to take a look at what the admin wrote specifically about good quality content and how to avoid being marked as spam. But as this video has been quite long already and there's a lot to cover, we will do this in the next video. So this video is part 1, and then we will continue in part 2 by looking at what the admin wrote. So have a great day and see you in the next video. Bye bye.